All right. I'm gonna do a little bit of an intro.
Sounds good.
What's good, y'all? Um, this is our the first episode of our podcast. I'm here with my boy Humza,
What's up, bro?
and we're about to the first episode. I want to start off pretty simple, and what we're gonna be doing today is we're gonna be doing all of the Naruto arcs in tiers. So I have this tier list pulled up with all the arcs. They're not in order, but we have trash, just okay, good, really good, and then the essence of Naruto. So, is there any arc you wanted to start it off with
I think we should just go from like the
from the
beginning of
beginning?
Naruto all the way to like the end of Shippuden.
Okay, I got you. So,
This doesn't include like Boruto and stuff, right?
no, it's just Naruto, and then Naruto Shippuden,
All right,
and
sounds
then like all it also includes like Itachi's like Anbu, and then Sasuke's like after the war.
but yeah, a little bit of like the canon side stories, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
So first one, Land of the Waves. You're looking at the screen, right?
yeah.
All right. So for me personally, I'm really thinking I put it in the essence of Naruto. I feel
That
like
high?
so it's the reason I would go ahead and say it's up there is because like I feel like in my opinion it is one of the greatest like beginning arcs in anime. Like I feel like out of like really all there's only like a couple other like animes that I've watched. Was good, Kate. That that I've really like given like such a like a hook and like really dragged me in. And I feel like Land of the Waves is definitely one of those. So it's either no. I'm gonna stick with my answer. I feel like it's in the essence of Naruto.
I mean, so my thing is like yeah, it's like really good, right? Like if it wasn't for this arc, I probably wouldn't have like stuck with Naruto, or if it wasn't for that arc, I probably wouldn't have been as interested. Because the whole reason I was like into Naruto is because I caught an episode of a fight between I think when it all went down on the bridge in the Land of Waves arc. I caught an
Oh
episode
yes.
there, and that like really caught me because I was like, dang, dude, cartoons can have blood. So 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 yeah, I think I'll put it in really good um because while I do really like it, I don't think it's on the same level as like the best. Because I think the S is Naruto. That tier should go for like the best arcs of Naruto. And while like Land of Waves is really good, I don't think it's like
You don't think it's like that top of a tier? I guess.
yeah. So like because I mean the next one is gonna be Chunin Exams, right? And
Yeah.
I think
Oh yeah.
right, and I don't think it's on the anywhere in the same level as Chunin Exam.
You kind of
So
have
I mean,
you kind of have a point. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I am
yeah.
overscaling it. Um. Yeah. You know what? For this one,
I think like really good or good would go pretty like is pretty solid for Land of Waves.
I'm gonna put in really good. Okay, so the next one we have, this is what really this arc was really what got me like into it, like really had me hyped, and
Right,
this is
because whereas like the Land of Waves kind of just like threw you in there, right?
mhm.
It was like kind of like okay, this is how like serious thinking it. Tuning exams really like set the tone of like what the whole series is going to be like going forth. You know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then you get to tuning exams, and it's like you already know this is like way before where we are now in Boruto. So everything is super like hyped and like the idea of becoming a Chunin was so like it felt like at that time like such an honor and such like an achievement to have because you're seeing all these kids from Konoha who are just graduated like from the academy, so they're like just gaining, right? And so like
Mhm.
that next step up for them, like kind of like you get to really see it in the eyes of them, and it seems
And
like
this
such an accomplishment.
Yeah, and it's the first time we see, like, Rock Lee and Neji.
Oh, Rock Lee's first fight with Sasuke when he hit him with the
Mhm.
what is it called? Oh no.
It's the leaf, not leaf
The
hurricane.
yeah, I thought it was the Leaf Hurricane when but whatever. It's the move where he grabs him and starts spinning him. That's where
Yeah, but
I was like,
it gets stopped midway, guy stops him.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But I think Chunin Exams, I think we kind of both agree on this. I feel like this one oh, well, I would put it in the essence of
So,
Naruto.
okay,
How are you feeling about this?
the tuning exam, so this is everything with, like, this is up, like, literally right up until Orochimaru attacks, right?
Yes, yes. Before Konoha Crush.
Okay. Okay. I don't know why I lump the both of those arcs in one.
You do.
And
We
because it happened,
okay.
like, right
Right
next to each
after,
other.
like right
Yeah.
when, yeah,
Yeah. So that's the thing for me. Oh, so if I gotta separate, like, everything, because like, Konoha Crush is where all the like, everything goes down,
yeah.
and the Chunin exams all the fight, so I gotta think about this. I gotta think about this. Like, would you consider the Konoha Crush and Chunin exams, like, on the same tier?
No, and the reason is because while they do happen back to back, I feel like um I feel like the events that are both caused separately have their own impact. So I don't feel like they can be attributed like on the same tier. Like like to me personally, like I was kind of messing with the Chunin exams more than Konoha Crush, but it wasn't by like that much. I still really did enjoy Konoha Crush.
Well, it's
What's good,
weird, right?
Bryce?
Because this is because, like, Konoha Crush is like everything that the Chunin exams builds to, like Naruto versus Gaara, and then like Orochimaru versus Third Hokage, right? So like that's the thing. Uh, it is just all fights though. Let me see. I would put Chunin exams in the essence of Naruto, no questions asked.
Yeah, that's what we're going with.
Yeah, like,
Yeah,
you agree, right?
yeah, yeah, 100%. That's like if the Land of Waves isn't what catches your eye, like it's definitely Chunin exams. Definitely, definitely.
But so then would you say Konoha Crush is on the same tier as Land of Waves?
I would put it on. See, like I don't even really think it's on Land of Waves. Well, it could be in that same category, but it wouldn't be like in like the exact same like ranking. You say like if we were to put Land of Waves at number one in really good, then I would put Konoha Crush at like maybe like 3 or 4. I still think it's really good because it not only does it like show like like who like Orochimaru is like as a person and like it really introduces his character really well, but we also get to see the impact of like Hiruzen's death.
Right.
And
But then we also see, like, how fucked up Gaara is, right?
yeah,
And
that's true.
how far, like Konoha Crush is when you really see how far Naruto's come in terms of, like, strategy and, like, combat ability, to the like, fact where he's, like, kind of either on the same level as Sasuke, or, like, kind of surpassed him a little bit when he's fighting Gaara,
When who surpassed Sasuke?
Naruto.
You know, that's very interesting actually. I didn't really think about it like that.
Right, because like, Sasuke can't go toe to toe with Gaara at that point in the story,
That's
but
yeah,
Naruto can. But then also it is
because he has Kurima's chakra. I feel like
Yeah,
that
it
was a
it
big
it is
key
also
big
because, like,
factor.
the Nine Tails is fighting the One Tail, but,
That's true.
yeah.
Um, the only okay, I'm gonna be honest. The only thing that's like really stopping me from uh from putting it in like really good,
Yeah,
like
so
if we're
what's your, like, grievance with Konoha Crush?
my okay, so my thing with Konoha Crush is that I did enjoy it as an arc, but I like if I don't want to say it felt drawn out, but it kind of did a little bit. Like just to me personally, I feel like like scene with Orochimaru versus Hiruzen up on the rooftop, and then them being stuck in, or like them battling back and forth, and then eventually Hiruzen cutting off all chakra connection to his arms. I feel like that was just very long and drawn out to me. I did enjoy Sasuke and Gaara's fight, and also Naruto and Gaara's fight, but like if I had to compare that to the first fight, like Land of Waves with like Haku and Zabuza versus like Kakashi's in Group 7, I feel like it's just not on that same level, cuz like
But
I don't know if it's just because like that's like the very first like real arc that you get to see in Naruto, or if it's because I could just kind of enjoyed the fights more there, but that's kind of like more of my reason why I would just put it underneath really good.
I think it being drawn out is just, like, a Naruto anime problem, cause like,
Oh.
the land the land the Land of Waves does get pretty drawn out too, like, especially in the beginning, and
That's true.
then
You
and
have a
then
point.
and then in the Chunin exams, when they take that written test, and also when they're in the forest, I can remember it being, like, a little drawn out. But, like, in the manga, it's, like, pretty pretty straightforward.
Pretty
Um,
straightforward.
yeah. But I see what you're saying. I do see what you're saying. But
But if it
I think
was go ahead.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So I like I've noticed it a lot because like I recently had somebody watch Naruto too, and they're like, "Dang, the pacing's slow," especially because they've seen like stuff like Black Clover, or not Black Clover, like Jujutsu Kaisen and like My Hero before. And I'm like, yeah, like back then, that's kind of like what they did in anime. They just kind of like padded for time, so like things would just take longer, and scenes would just like feel like more drawn out and stuff like that. But so this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that Konoha Crush should be like in really good, and we can bump down Land of Waves to good.
Really? You think it's better
Because
than
I don't think Konoha Crush is on the same tier as Land of Waves. Just because like up until this point, this is everything that like Konoha Crush is everything that like Naruto's building up to, and it had the death of Hiruzen, and which was really like Konoha Crush is like the most important event that happens in the Leaf Village up until Pain,
up until pain? That is actually, yeah, it's true. That is true,
right?
100%. I do agree with that because that death, Hiruzen's death, made such an impact on the entire village, and that that time period after he dies to before Tsunade gets appointed, like the whole entire village was like in fear because anybody could have just come and invaded, and because they talked about that multiple times, that they could
A-
just get like ran up on.
And like you really see the like how much respect like Kakashi and like all the senseis they have for like the Hokage. Like everyone's just like there, and then like you see Naruto like damn like what, like he doesn't understand, because he didn't really like he was sad, yeah, but he didn't understand because he wasn't really like he didn't really know the third Hokage like in his prime. But you can see like everyone older than him was like really fucked up, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So there's a
You
lot of
you
like
know
good character stuff there.
you know what? You've influenced me. I'm gonna go ahead and keep this here.
Yeah, yeah, because like that doesn't make Land of Waves any less like any less quality. It's just how good
How good
the
Konoha
other
Crush
ho
was. Yeah,
it's just how good Naruto gets after the first arc, which makes sense, like, after the first arc, you should get better. That should happen with every
always, always. Yeah, I agree.
yeah, that should happen with every anime, but,
You
yeah,
you watch Bleach
so,
yet? I just started. I haven't watched Bleach yet.
I'm, like, halfway through Bleach.
I'm just reading comments.
Uh,
Yeah, no, but no, I haven't watched Bleach. I want
I'm
to. I want to watch Bleach. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's like after like seeing like, cause I have like one of my friends who also runs like a TikTok page, and he like puts his analysis of different things on there, and he gave his review on it. And apparently, like the manga itself is really good, and so
yeah.
that's something I definitely want to do. I remember you talking to me about this like a couple months ago about how you should read most of this stuff instead of like watching it, and I kind of understand what you mean by that.
It's
Like,
just yeah, it's just like how anime was like a lot of shonen anime was back then. It's just because it had to be like week for week, right? So it just had to be like padded. It had to be like, oh, like every week we gotta do this. It just became like routine instead of like, oh, let's actually make like a cohesive episode, you know?
yeah, no, I feel that. Like after I never got around to finishing Tokyo Ghoul because I got very busy, but I just reading the first 80 90 chapters of Tokyo Ghoul, I was in love with it, bro.
Mhm.
I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like I was so I was so in like it just felt like it was like just dragging me in, and I was enjoying every moment of it, like seeing like everything that Kaneki went through, and like all of like his how would I put this, like his peaks and different like realizations on life. Like
Mhm.
it was so great to witness, like just reading. And the greatest thing is I can literally do it on my own time. Like I don't have to spend 20 minutes watching an episode to learn something about three chapters. Like I don't like I'm not I wouldn't say I'm rushing through it, but it's not like I have to like wait and go through all the like useless dialogue. So
Mhm.
it's really good. All right, the next arc
Is
is
Search for Tsunade.
yeah, Search for Tsunade. Okay, this is probably gonna be you might not have the same opinion as me, but I'm gonna go ahead and put this in the just okay. I don't think it
Really?
was. I personally wasn't a big fan of the Searching for Tsunade arc.
I
I
think it's
understand how
great.
I understood how important it was for the story, but like I don't know, there was just something like off about it to me. Like I understood like at the time, like when I was watching Naruto, I did not like Tsunade at all.
Really?
Like I just don't know, like the way she came off and the vibe that she gave is was just something I was not like I just didn't like, and it was like to me, I guess in that sense I kind of like understood what Naruto was like going through, like at least in the beginning of the very beginning of the arc, because they were looking for a fifth Hokage. And so like remember when they first went into that like bar or whatever, and they saw Tsunade there, and then she was like stupid drunk, and then Naruto was like, yo, why is this woman becoming Hokage, blah blah blah, and he started like pressing him super hard. I was kind of thinking the same thing.
I mean, okay, so I actually really like this arc, and I actually came around on it recently because was it so in this arc we get a training with Naruto and Jiraiya. Like he learns Rasengan in this arc, and then this is the first time we see Itachi like in person, and Sasuke and Itachi like have like a little like throwdown, and also this is the same arc where Itachi traps Kakashi
And the
in
Tsukuyomi.
the Tsukiyomi, yeah. And also, so I think Tsunade is Naruto's best female character, like hands freaking down,
Really? Like throughout the entire show.
throughout the entire show. Because
Like
there's not a lot of highlights. Like we get Sakura, and like she has her moments, but I think especially like later on, she just gets like in terms of character development, tossed to the side. It's just not
oh, that's
treated
true. That's
and just
true.
like
I would
not treated well, like not treated with respect as like she could have.
definitely. I feel like like Sakura as a character, like when we talk about development and actually being a character, I like her development isn't that great, and I don't like it
Yeah.
was an okay development, but like people like to say that she's a good side character just kind of based off her strength, and I don't think that's necessarily true. Like we know, like I don't know if you're like reading or watching Boruto, but like she obviously gets really really strong, but
Hmm.
like her character in itself like just wasn't that like good for me. I don't know. I just didn't enjoy it that much.
Yeah, like when I like talking about characters like in anime in general, I don't really like to talk about like strength and how
Yeah,
they fight and stuff. I like to talk about like how they were handled like as a character, like it's like how they were written and stuff. So I would say that we got the most depth out of Tsunade like ever. So because like she was
you have a
really
point.
yeah, because so we like learn about her. She's like, nah, I don't want to be a Hokage. Fuck that. Just because like every guy she's like loved, whether it's like family or like or like
Uh,
lover wise, they died and their dream was they wanted to be Hokage. Right? So they're like, fuck, like being a Hokage is a stupid ass dream, and I don't want that shit. She has a lot of pain from like the last war and like just like personal shit that she went through, and like you really see that. And especially at the end, she comes around and she like really respects Naruto. She's like, all right, this kid will be Hokage. So I think I think I would put it above Land of Waves. Either like
really,
either like
really.
I think it's either like really low, really good tier, or like high good tier. Just because there's a lot of like cool shit that goes on. Plus like the end with the three-way
Oda
battle,
and yeah, and the
the,
deadlock or
the
somewhat.
three-way deadlock is just like sick. And I was like, oh shit, like like
I
this is when you really see what Jiraiya can do too. Because before I was just like Jiraiya is just like this idiot.
yeah, I kind of thought that a lot, like a lot. But so I'm like my big issue besides like Tsunade, like there's nothing stopping me from putting it in among Konoha Crush except that, and then learning about Itachi was cool, but it, like what sets me off about like Itachi then was that didn't I liked him as a character. I thought he was like this like super cool, super like strong character. But like for real what like made it like maybe put it in just okay is I didn't learn enough about him for me to take such an interest in him. And I know it was just like the beginning of like what he becomes eventually and it's just kind of like introducing him. But I have to say at that time it just like it wasn't enough for me to be like, oh, that guy's really cool. Let me like search something up about him, or let me do
This is
something else about him.
Yeah, so this arc is also like the intro of the Akatsuki in general, right? Because like we see,
Because they pull up on Kakashi and Guy and Kurenai and all that.
yeah, yeah, and it's like Kisame and Itachi. Then you're like, who is this guy with the shark skin and the freaking sword? And Itachi's like really cool and shit, right? And then it's really interesting how Itachi pulls up not for Sasuke. He's like, I could care less about Sasuke. I just want Naruto. And that's when I was like, oh, this guy means fucking business. Like, what goes on through his mind, you know? So, and then that whole scene that goes down in the hotel was like really fucking cool. And then just how like they're really like Hisame and Itachi are like really scared of Jiraiya. They're like, oh shit, it's like one of the legendary Sani. That's when I was like, oh shit, dude, like Jiraiya's pretty damn cool. So yeah,
So
I
how
don't
would
know.
you? Okay, so how would you put this in perspective to Konoha Crush? Like, where would you say, or what separates um this arc, Search for Tsunade, between Konoha Crush, and why do you feel like or yeah, why do you feel like it should be in that tier along with Konoha Crush? I guess.
Um, I think if it's with Konoha Crush, it'll probably be like. if we start adding more things to that tier, it'll probably be like the lowest in that tier.
The lowest in that
Or
tier. Okay.
or yeah, or if we put it in good tier, it'll probably be like the highest in that tier. Um, just because I feel like story wise and like character development wise, it handles with a lot. There's a lot of great fights, a lot of interesting techniques we see. Naruto learns his signature move. This is the first time we actually see him like. Actually, no, that's a lie. We see him control his chakra and the land of waves and Chunin Exams, but he gets the Rasengan and he, he like this is the first time he deals with he has wind style, right? So this is like his first first moment dabbling with wind style. Um, and let's see, give me 1 second. So yeah, I would put it above Land of Waves. Just I feel like there's a lot more things going on story wise and character wise. Um, but if you want to sell me on why it's just okay, like you can go ahead and right now.
So okay, so I think so. I'm gonna be honest. Like me in Land of Waves hit it off really well. Like I really had no complaints about Land of Waves. Of course, there's gonna be better arcs, but after watching Land of Waves and watching all of these in order, I did not get the same amount of like satisfaction watching Land of Waves than I did Search for Tsunade. And I know that because like while we had those moments of you know like Itachi's introduction, the Akatsuki's introduction, um, the whole realizing the importance of uh, Jiraiya and actually who he is. I feel like to me like everything else in that arc, like the actual like background of Tsunade did not really, I guess, really like phase me that hard, and that's why I liked Land of Waves more, just personally. But you know what I could do? I might put it here. I might put it right there because it could be it could be like I don't think it's better than Konoha Crush. If we're thinking about that, like honestly, like I really don't
Yeah,
think
I don't think it's better than God, but I think like because like the Land of Waves is like a preliminary arc, right? It was really damn good. It had Hidan and Kakuzu. No, my bad, not Kakuzu. What am I saying? Zabuza and there you go. So it had Zabuza and Hagen. They were like really good first villains, right? But then you have Search for Tsunade, and you just get to see more of Orochimaru, and who is basically at this point the main villain.
the
Like
main villain.
Orochimaru is definitely the main villain of Naruto, right?
Yeah.
And it just ties in because like Orochimaru's there in Chunin Exams, Konoha Crush, Search for Tsunade, and then he's also there in Sasuke Retrieval, right? So this is like another like building up point arc, sort of, to where like the main throwdown is in Sasuke Retrieval. Um, so I forgot where I'm going with this.
It's okay. It's fine.
Yeah,
We can always once we put everything in like rough,
yeah, we could always debate.
we can always come back to it. All right.
Yeah.
So the next arc I believe after this is it should be Sasuke's retrieval, right?
Sasuke's Retrieval.
Now this one for
It's
me
either
it's it's
it's
top
Essence of
tier.
Naruto or yeah, or it's either like high really good or like Essence of Naruto.
This is for me like you hear this people say this a lot. But this is where boys become men right here. Like to be honest with
Mm-hmm.
you, watching those two, three, five like all go out and like like face different like people, and then when you see Rock Lee come in the Kimimaru fight, and
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh snap, because
Yeah, he does
that
the
was
drunken fighter shit. Yeah.
dude the drunken fight. I was like, at first I was like, what is going on? Because I thought it was supposed to be like, I know it was supposed to be more of a funny thing, um,
Mm-hmm.
but like when I actually saw him and he was actually going crazy, um that I was just like whoa, like that was actually like impressive. And then you know I know a lot of people don't like the the Sound Ninja 4. Or is it 4 or 5? I think it's 4.
Uh, Sound 4, but I think there's like 5 of them.
Because that one guy splits in two.
Yeah.
The Sound 4, like I there wasn't very much depth behind them or what they were, but at that time, like I did think they were pretty cool villains because you get to really see what the curse mark does in in its second state, and like seeing like Sasuke wanting to chase that power. I know he had already had the curse mark, but like chasing that ability to control the second state. Am I
Mhm.
wrong? I don't think I'm wrong, right?
So
I might be wrong. I don't
and then
remember like where he gets to with his second state, but
he gets the second state when he's fighting Naruto, right?
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, yeah.
Like at the very end of the arc,
And doesn't Gaara show up?
I think Gara does show up.
Gaara shows up, right? He's fighting Kimimaro.
Yes, because he saves Rock Lee. I remember
Yeah,
the
yeah.
um uh all three of them show up. Tamari and the puppet guy. Fuck, I forgot his name. But yeah, yeah, they do end up showing up. And I think that was kind of crazy because you kind of also see like I guess you could really say that's like the real beginning of Gara and um Naruto's friendship.
Mhm.
So
So yeah, so like I'll put this up there next to Naruto just cause of the
Kankuro.
Naruto and Sasuke fight alone. Just cause of the Naruto versus Sasuke
The
fight
Naruto
alone.
and Sasuke fight after watching that the first time. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and do it. I think we can both agree that
Yeah,
this is essence of
cause like
Naruto.
if it was just the fights like with all like the Genins with the Sound 5 or Sound 4,
I
I
would put it
think
in
it's
really
Sound
good.
5, right?
I
Just
really
Sound
don't remember. I'm gonna search it up right now.
I think it's Sound
Um,
5. It is Sound 5. Yeah,
Sound
yeah, there you
Ninja.
go. It is Sound 5.
Are you? Huh? I think it's.
It's Sound 5, it's Sound 4 without Kimimaro.
Oh, yes. You're right. You're right. Yes.
Yeah. So when they're like all fight like if the arc was just them finding the Sound 5, I would put it like in really good. But and then you ended off with the finale, the Naruto versus
Naruto and
Sasuke.
Sasuke fight. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
This arc was like it probably like this arc was great. Like I can't really put it into words really. Like it was just like so much going on and like kind of like every episode was like a cliffhanger. And when this is when like I actually cared about like Kiba and stuff. Like before he started like kind of like falling off character wise. Like after he faces the guy with the two faces or like yeah the two faces and he like escapes in the river and then he's like like super wounded and then like that guy like tries to go and find him and then he ends
Hmm.
up I believe he ends up getting saved by Konkoro. um and just that whole sequence like it just kind of like each episode like at the end just kind of left you on a cliffhanger and I feel like that cliffhanger was made me like feel so entitled to watch more and more of it. And
Hmm.
like there was like and then also Neji's fight with the guy with the arrows. I really don't remember any of their names, and it makes me feel bad. But
Well, yeah, I also watched this like 10 years ago.
yeah,
So
I watched
a
it
lot
like
of
a
the
year
names,
ago.
yeah.
But
So a
yeah, I
lot of the
think
names are like like yeah, I've
like
forgotten a lot of the
I
names.
vaguely remember any of them really. And then,
Yeah.
but yeah, this is I think without a doubt, probably it's probably top like for me like top three in Naruto, like just
Hmm.
or like just Naruto, but it was great. Um, okay,
Yeah. I mean,
the
it's
and
just like the best. cliffhanger or finale to like almost any shonen.
You know, ooh.
Or like I don't know.
Nah, well, I mean,
How do I say it?
if you wanna take it,
It's
then explain it.
it's definitely like it's up there. Like Naruto versus Sasuke. Like there's not many more iconic fights than the first Naruto and Sasuke fight,
Okay, that's
right?
valid. You know, I'll take that. That's I have to say that that fight was really one for the ages. I really did enjoy that one a whole lot.
Yeah, like it's just like emotionally, like like visually, like it had the best animation up to that point, where I
Up
was
to
so
that point, that's when I
yeah,
started. That's when I actually started like when I first noticed like the animation like different, like watching them go through like all the different fights. You know you see that one scene of like Naruto hitting Sasuke in the stomach like 3 times, and
yeah, that
it
was
was I was like
crazy stuff.
whoa, it's kind of coming out of nowhere. But yeah,
Like
no,
there's a lot of fights in early Naruto that I could watch that I'll watch now and like, oh, that needs to like that doesn't hold up today. Like the first Naruto and Sasuke fight, I can watch that now and be like, yeah, this fucking holds up today. 'Cause it was just that well animated.
I sometimes I really do go back and watch some of those fights. Like if I just find them in on YouTube, like I just go in and I'll watch them, and it's like it just kind of like it kind of brings back like that memory of like watching that for the first time, and
Hmm.
like really seeing like Naruto and Sasuke going at it with full power at what they had right then and there,
Hmm.
and it's like it really shows you like how emotionally or like how emotionally tied Naruto was to Sasuke. He was like, because Naruto didn't have any brothers and sisters or like any like real family. So like Sasuke was like that first person that he could really consider family. And then
Hmm.
watching him go away from the village to go and join Orochimaru in trying to become like the strongest, and you know end up uh, killing his brother in that quest overall, just kind of like it kind of made you kind of like feel in Naruto's like emotions, because you wouldn't want to see your own family go through that and do whatever they can, even meant going to the dark side. So that was like for a fact, like it was just great, that entire arc. It was
Like
great.
I know, yeah, like I know now it's like the really cool thing to shit on Naruto, cause just because it's so like fucking popular, right?
Yeah, oh my
Like
god.
it's just so huge. But and then how all these new animes like My Hero and JJK and all and like Black Clover, they just like take Naruto as like a blueprint, you know?
Yeah, I mean,
Uh,
like you see it all the time. Like
yeah,
everyone compares, like every like pretty much like every shonen anime gets compared to Naruto.
yeah, and then
Like you see it so much.
Naruto gets compared to Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah,
Um,
like you see, like it's just kind of like an never ending cycle, like for real.
and you see, I hate the argument so much that people are like, "Oh, Dragon Ball Z is better than Naruto because it came first." I'm like, "Well, Fist of the North Star came before Dragon Ball, so does that make Fist of the North Star better than Dragon Ball? No."
I know that's like oh, I made a whole TikTok about this, about how annoying that is. Like I just like
Yeah, it's so annoying.
that thing was like, oh well, this anime inspired this. Like, isn't the point of getting inspiration from something is to be able to eventually surpass it? Why would that be a reason why one anime is better? Like, that's kind of my whole thing. But
Hmm. Yeah, it's just all these newer anime fans or like I just see Naruto getting slandered so hard. They're like, "Oh, Naruto's trash." Like, I like so many times in my life I've heard like Naruto's trash. I'm like, bro, why, why? And then the next thing you know, their favorite anime is like My Hero, and I'm like, you fucker, like, what are you talking about? Like,
yeah, that's funny. Yeah,
yeah,
no, I feel
this is
that.
so stupid. I'm like, I think people just really underestimate like how good Kishimoto is at writing stories, and
Oh
like
my, yes, dude.
how
Yes.
and like everyone says like Naruto is annoying. I'm like, dude, that's kind of the point. He's fucking 12. Like he's a naive child. The whole point of
He's
Naruto.
literally supposed to be like the stubborn kid who like doesn't really know his own good. Like
Yeah,
at that time, yeah. It was
and
I
like
don't
yeah,
understand. Go ahead, sorry.
yeah, I was saying like yeah, there's other animes out there that are like underdog shit, My Hero's an underdog show and like Black Clover's an underdog show, but none of those shows are actually about like growing up, and I think that's what Naruto is. Naruto's totally a story just about growing up. You know, like the show, like Naruto ends when he's like a father. So it starts when he's like a naive kid, and then it ends when he's like a father. No other anime is really like that. Like no other like shonen jump anime where it's like really like a total growth from like this just naive kid to just being like mature and just taking control like of life and like getting like what he wants and stuff like that. And that's just like it's like really inspirational. And then I'm caught up with like the My Hero manga. I'm caught up with the Black Clover manga, and I think what was it? My Hero's ending soon, from what I hear. Like it's in its final stage, and it has not
Oh,
reached the high. It has not reached like Deku has not in terms of character has not reached the highs. So like the story itself has not reached the highs, and I'm just like, yeah, dude, these comparisons, it ain't working with Naruto. Like, but yeah,
Naruto just I feel like it's really in its own category. Or well, okay, well, I guess you could really count as like the big 3 category, but like even in the big 3, if we were to talk about Naruto, Bleach and One Piece, I feel like Naruto definitely is the most iconic, definitely is the most inspirational. Like I know I haven't seen I can speak for myself when I haven't seen or read the other two. I don't really know. I know you said you were reading Bleach, but
I've
I still feel like he's more iconic than them because like when you see like remember that whole trend that was going around when people used to run with their arms at their sides and like everyone called it
yeah
the Naruto run, like
yeah
like
I
it came from somewhere and people that run like like people didn't know who Naruto was. Like I guess at that time, like if you
you
didn't
cut
watch
out.
anime, you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. I hear you.
Yeah, so that run, like it like people who didn't know who Naruto was and saw that run and got interested. And then like, you just one thing leads to another, you watch the anime and then you just like it just spreads everywhere. So I feel
Mhm,
like that tier of like Naruto is really in a tier of its own. Now, do I think it's
mhm,
like one of like the best anime I've seen? I mean, like maybe it's in my top 10, but like it's still like one of those ones, one of those ones that'll go down in history.
mhm. Like, what was it? Like, I'm halfway through One Piece. I'm halfway through. My bad. Halfway through One Piece. Halfway through Bleach. Right. What I've noticed about like the big three is that with Bleach and One Piece, you, I think like the intent is you're really supposed to like the main characters, like Ichigo and Luffy. You're really supposed to like. I think the intent with Naruto is you're not supposed to like Naruto in the beginning because he is just this naive brat child, right? I think in One Piece when Luffy starts out he's like 19. I think Ichigo is like 16, 17. Naruto's friggin' 12. So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. So I think that's like pretty interesting. Same with like Dragon Ball, right? I read the original Dragon Ball when he's like a kid. I think he's either like 10 or 12 in the first parts too. And even then, he's supposed to be a likable main character because he's just like this happy-go-lucky kid. Like he's like this really good-hearted kid. Whereas like Naruto, like he's like a delinquent. He makes mistakes, right? He has like a haunted past. He has like he goes. I mean, people don't mention it, but like Loki, he has mental problems. Like he does.
Wait,
So
wait, wait, wait. What do you mean?
I mean, like like he just has like stuff going on with his parents.
Oh, like
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
traumatic like trauma and
Yeah,
stuff.
trauma.
Okay.
There you go. That's what I was trying to say. Trauma.
Okay. Okay, I
Yeah,
got
yeah.
you. I got you.
Whereas like no other shonen character really has that from the beginning. Like if you watch Hunter x Hunter, like Gon is like really happy. He doesn't really, you don't see like his pain. You know. Same with
I
like Asta and Deku. You don't really see like Deku's just like a whiny fucking bitch. Like
Oh my
he's just like,
god. Oh
oh,
my god. Don't let me get into that. Oh.
all right. That's a we'll talk about
We'll
that
keep that
later.
for another time.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah,
keep
but
that for another time. But yeah,
oh,
that's a
but yeah,
yeah.
yeah, I feel you. I feel you.
Yeah.
That's what's
All
up.
right.
All
So
right.
that was a good talking point for that's the end of part one. So now we're getting into part two. We're getting to
Part 2.
Shippuden.
Okay. The
And do
first
you
arc I
so
go ahead.
do you agree that part one is better than part two?
Hmm.
or do you like Shippuden more?
I did like Shippuden more. I
Because
did like it.
when I was a kid, I used to like Shippuden more because I was like, oh, the fights are just so much better. But then when I got older, I was like, uh, I think that part one was just like like more concise. You know what I mean? It was just like
Well, kind of explain what you mean by concise because a
it just
little.
flowed. The story just flowed better than
Uh,
Shippuden. You see
hmm.
what I mean?
Yeah, so the thing with me is I know you were into anime a lot earlier than I was, and I know you are older than
Yeah,
me, but like like even
I
still, like you got to watch Naruto when it was airing. So I
yeah I
don't
got to watch Naruto like
I
on like
don't I don't get
Cartoon
that.
Network.
Yeah, I don't get that same feeling that you did, like waiting for it each week. But like the good thing for me is that I didn't have to like watch, like if I didn't want to, I didn't have to watch filler. Like I could have skipped the filler and been like just like continued going
Well,
on.
I think
Yep.
right. I didn't really watch filler either. Well, hold on, that's actually not true. That's actually not, I caught up to Naruto. I want to say like by the time I caught up, it was what arc was it? Like was it like Pain arc? Yeah, it was Pain arc. By the time I caught up, it was Pain arc. So then I had to wait week to week for everything after that, and it was just painful. But but yeah, let's see. But
So
Shippuden's really good. So let's just talk about the first arc right here. So it's Gaara's rescue, right?
yeah, the Kazekage Rescue. Before I say anything, I want to hear what you have to say.
Yeah. So Naruto leaves, right? Then he comes back.
Comes back from
I
his.
wish, yeah, I wish that we got to spend a lot more time in the Leaf Village with him, like getting accustomed to everybody. Like I think like he like comes back and it's like almost immediately, all right, let's go train. And then it's almost immediately after that, it's like, all right, let's go save Gaara. You know, I think we should have spent more time with the characters, and like he should have just like relaxed and be like, oh, I'm finally back home, and stuff like that. And everyone just talks about like how much they've grown and stuff like that. You get a little bit of that. You get like some one liners here, it's like, oh, like Neji's a Jonin, and Sakura's like a Chunin now, blah blah blah. But I don't think that we really got the time to spend. Like we didn't really get the time. My bad. We didn't really get to spend much time with a lot of the characters, especially like with how Rock Lee gets treated on later on. And
Oh
I'm
yeah.
just like, yeah, that's my thing with Shippuden, and I feel like they should just like treat a lot of the side characters better. Because like honestly, like once we get to Shippuden, some of these side characters are just throwaway.
They just kind of
They're
fall
just
off the face
there.
of the, yeah.
Yeah, they're just there to
Oh
be
yeah.
there. You know. That's what I didn't like because like in part one Naruto, everyone had like a purpose. Shit, even like Ino had like a purpose. All right. Well, maybe not too much, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I understand what you're
Yeah.
saying.
But it was kind of yeah, it just kind of felt like all right, immediately, oh shit, like we got to do
We gotta go
Akatsuki shit
rescue,
now.
bro. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So how did you feel about the arc as a whole?
Uh, how do you
Like
feel about the arc? I mean, it's nice seeing like it's nice seeing post time skips. Now it's nice seeing how like how much people have grown. But I'm gonna be honest, I don't think Naruto grew that much after the time skip.
if you really think about it, before he left and after he left, he got a little taller. He changed his clothes, and he really just learned different types of Rasengan. Like that's how I feel about it. I feel like he was still that same little kid, but
Hmm.
just like older. I feel like more of his character development occurred like during Shippuden instead of it
But
being during the time skip. Like just for me personally.
hmm,
What do you think?
okay, I mean, I see what you're saying. I do think that he's like Naruto's definitely wiser now. Like he has more strategy in
That's
Shippuden.
yeah,
Yeah, especially like in like the fight with Sakura and Naruto versus
Kakashi.
Kakashi. You
Yeah.
definitely see like a lot more of that. He doesn't just go charging in. He definitely has like a plan for attack now.
Yeah, Kakashi had to try.
Yeah,
he
Kakashi had
actually
to
had to
like
he
really
actually had
try.
to try. Yeah.
Yeah. So uh and then well let's just talk about like, the actual like
Arc.
saving Gara part.
Yeah, that's kind of a big part of it. Yeah.
So we get Deidara and then Sasori, right? And
Yeah.
I think they're probably like the least interesting Akatsuki members,
Yeah. I would
or
I
like
think
bottom
like
tier for sure.
if we're not counting Zetsu, then yeah.
Like oh, Zetsu's the worst.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't really count Zetsu as an Akatsuki member for real. I
yeah.
mean, he
I
was
don't
in there, but
count.
like he didn't do anything, so
Do you count Toby?
I would count Toby.
You would count Toby. Okay.
Like just because like
Like I really like Deidara, but I don't really fuck with Sasori.
Sasori is just like what every sad emo kid like kind of wishes to be. Like in my in
Yeah.
my opinion, like that whole like idea of I mean like he lost his parents, but that's not the first time we saw something like that in the show. I mean, it was like a little sad to me, but it was kind of like dude made himself into a puppet. Like he had this like organic, I don't really know what they called it. I don't remember what they called it in the show, but it was like that little thing that he would stick it like in the heart area of a puppet, and he would
Hmm.
just kind of like go from puppet to puppet, and he could just like live forever. I mean, I think his
Hmm.
character conclusion was pretty good. Um, I think the way that he died was pretty good, but overall, I didn't really like Sasori like too much. I think he was an okay character.
Yeah, he's okay character. There's not much to him. Deidara is at least like an interesting personality, but
His
he does have
personality was really funny, but
yeah.
and I also did kind of like his ability. I actually did enjoy like him like being able to create like different like animals and like just things and just kind of make them explode, and like it just kind of brought like a a more unpredictable aspect to the show, which I did kind of
Mhm.
enjoy a little bit. But like as in terms of like importance and seriousness, I really don't. He's not up there for me.
The thing about like this arc is that it deals with Gara, right? And Gara was like this like such a good character before the time skip, and then we see like one fight with Gara, right, where he like tries to flex and then he gets bodied. And I think like after this arc, he has like one more good moment. That's like it.
Which fight are you talking about?
In the war,
No,
like
no,
at
no.
the
No, no, no. You said like after the time skip, he has one fight where he was flexing and then got bodied. Which one are you talking about?
when he fights Data,
Oh
when he
yeah,
gets
yeah, 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 yeah,
captured.
yeah. Yo,
Yeah,
yeah, that moment he gets captured. Okay,
yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I feel like
Actually, yeah, you're right. Hmm.
I feel like we just didn't get to see like much of like what Gara can do, you know. Or if we did, I feel like dude, this is a freaking Kazekage. Like you have bodied that easily. Like, are you kidding me? By Deidara, or low rank Akatsuki. I was just like, damn, bro. Gara got like that was just like injustice. But like story wise, like it makes sense. It was pretty good. But um, but yeah, I just like it's just personal bias. Like I just wanted to
Personal
see like
bias.
more of
No,
Gara.
that's perfectly fine. I wanted to see more
Yeah,
of Gara too.
like
Go.
Gara has to be like probably the saddest character in part one.
He was up there in in part one. Yeah,
Like
easy,
yeah, and
easy.
just depressing as character. Like he like yeah, and that's why I like really fuck with Gara. I was like, dude, this shit is so like sad, and I feel so bad for him.
I really have
Um,
like a kind of like not really a yeah, you can call it that. I really have like a soft spot for characters with sad backstories. Um
mhm,
just because like you kind of like the way they portray it and like anime in itself, like regardless of like Naruto does a really good job of it. Even things like even My Hero, like in some of the backstories can be like pretty sad. Like just the way that like anime portrays this like the backstory and like sadness, I feel like it does it really well. And
mhm,
you kind of grow like this emotional attachment to a character that like you didn't think you would develop in the first place. And so
mhm,
like Gara for me, like after realizing like his own like dad really tried to kill him, it just made like me feel like dang, yo. Like
Yeah,
I really didn't want anything to happen to Gara for real.
like and he grew up worse than Naruto.
He did. He did. I would
Yeah,
say he did.
yeah. And then so yeah, so because in this arc he gets the one tail taken away, which like completely like nerfs the fuck out of Gara.
Oh my, yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Like you
And
just
like
like watching Gara like lifeless on the floor, getting sucked, like getting like his chakra taken away by the Gato statue was like it was crazy.
mhm. But it's like especially in like the war arc, right? Where Gar's there leading the Sand Village. And I'm just like, oh Gara, you could have held your own against some of these people, but you got fucked over in the first arc of Shippuden. But yeah, another cool thing is we have Granny Chio, right? She's really she's I feel like she's a pretty solid character, and I think we get probably Sakura's best moment at this point.
At this point, yeah, I would say
Yeah,
so. Um, People like to really like kind of
and
just
I
like lower her like her feats and accomplishments by like saying stuff like, "Oh, she was controlled by like Granny Cho," or like she didn't like Saucer's not even that hard of a character to beat, but like at that time, that was the hardest thing Sakura could have done at that moment. I feel like
yeah,
cuz we like when you learn about like everybody like pre-time skip, like when they begin talking about the Akatsuki, like it just you get this like sort of like fear, and you kind of get this like intimidation factor, like those kids standing there and like just learning about the Akatsuki in itself, like it wasn't like something easy for them to take in, like especially like if you really think about it, like Naruto was being hunted by top tier, like pretty much like contracted like killers, like, and so just like the fact that Sakura, somebody who has always felt like they were behind Naruto and Sasuke, and was like like trained under like Tsunade's wing, and the like one of the first things she does, she ends up doing is fighting an Akatsuki member, was really impressive, and I think that that in itself is like a pretty great feat for her.
Mhm. I agree with that. Yeah. So I would
So
put this in. I don't know. Where would you put it?
probably just okay.
Just
Just
okay.
okay.
Yeah.
I think I'll
Yeah.
go ahead and put that there.
Yeah. I'll put it in just okay too.
So one of my somebody commented, it felt like Naruto barely learned anything in the time skip for Shippuden,
Yeah,
unlike
I
Sasuke.
agree. I
Um,
agree.
Thank you. Um, yeah, I feel like that first, very first time. Oh, this kind of like segues into the next arc, I believe, which is Tenchi Bridge.
Hmm.
That's where we meet. That's where we find Sasuke for the first time post.
What do
Um,
you think about this arc?
Kazekage.
No, no, no. Tenchi Bridge.
Mm. So I personally, I did kind of like the way Sai came off to me was a little like weird in the beginning, but like
Hmm.
I did like his like his secrecy. I think his secrecy was the greatest part of his character for me when I was
Hmm.
like at that time, because like you didn't really know what he was up to or what his plans were, and then you kind of watching it unfold and seeing really what his plans like were was just so
Also,
interesting to me.
why? Okay, it's been a while for me since I've seen these like really early arcs of Shippuden. Why was Kakashi not in this arc again? Was it? Did he get like fucked over in
He got injured.
Kazekage Rescue?
He got
How did he
injured.
get injured?
Oh, it's because so that was the first time I forgot about this. This is the first time we get to see Kamui.
Kamui. Okay.
Yeah, so essentially, it had gone something along the lines of Datara was about to explode something really huge, and this is like one of the first times that Kakashi got to try Kamui. So Datara was about to explode, and he was trying to perfect his Kamui. So he had done it a couple times before then, and then he ended up using his Kamui to put Datara somewhere else, right? To minimize the explosion. But since this was the first time he got to use it, he was in I believe it was he was in such a bad state that he was like bedridden in like the Konoha hospital, right? So Yamato had stepped in his place.
Mhm.
And then as for Sai, I really don't I think he was because you like we end up learning later that like Yamato is part of the Anbu. I think that's also like I believe Sai was put in through Yamato, or he was appointed by
Okay, but get this.
Danzo. Hmm.
Like, how much better would this arc be if there was no Yamato, no Sai, the leader of the group was Kakashi, and like let's say like a new character, like instead of Sai, sorry, instead of Sai, it would have been like either Shikamaru or Neji or like Rock Lee.
I would have loved to see Shikamaru, man. Like in that like
Like in this arc, yeah.
yeah, in this arc, like I would have loved to see like Shikamaru actually. Like I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like those three, like let's say that like some things get moved around and like Shikamaru becomes a part of the new like Team Seven. Like you know how great of a team that would be. Like if we're being like honest, and just like
Hmm.
them going like with Kakashi like to Orochimaru's lair and then going to see like Sasuke for the first time, like post time skip. It was such
Hmm.
it would have been I think it would have been better. I don't really have any complaints per se as for like Sai being there and Yamato being there. I kind of understand why, but I do definitely think that would have been better if it was Kakashi and somebody else.
Here's my thing. You can take of how I remember the story. You could probably take Yamato out of Naruto, and like nothing major would be affected at all.
Yeah, nothing
Unless
major.
unless if there's like some because Yamato has like some first Hokage cells and stuff like that, the
Yeah, the
regeneration,
Hashirama. Yeah.
right? But I feel like you could have just done that with like I don't know, dead body or some shit. Like
Yeah, no, like I don't like Yamato wasn't well, I'm not gonna say he was useless, but like in the ways that he was useful, you could have simply substituted that with something or someone else.
Mhm.
It didn't have to be a whole character, and like it was cool learning about his backstory, like when they get there, but it wasn't that good to me. I don't know. Like that was one of the like in my opinion, like that was one of the downsides of like Shippuden for me. Like just like Yamato as a character wasn't somebody I enjoyed too much.
Mhm. But then like in this arc we do have the fight with Orochimaru, and
Oh
then
yes, when this is the first time we get to see Naruto. I don't remember how many. I think it was one or two tails in the
mhm,
cloak. Um,
yeah.
that was interesting because
I thought.
he was learning to control that I believe as well, and
Mhm.
then he had just gone crazy. And I remember like he was like destroying the entire forest, and then at one point he like slapped the shit out of Sakura or something, and it was some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
I did think that was super cool.
Yeah. So I mean, the arc's not trash in any means because a lot of important shit does happen, but I think it's just okay.
I think I would put it right behind Kazekage Rescue.
Yeah.
It was cool seeing Sasuke for the first time.
After the
But
time skip, yeah.
yeah, after the time skip, but I don't think like what really makes it this category for me is honestly Yamato and Sai. I think
Mm-hmm.
Sai is cool and he kind of grows on me the more you watch Shippuden, like and you learn about his like backstory and stuff. And I think it was a pretty decent backstory, but I feel like I don't know, I feel like they just kind of introduced and then like they introduce him and then they do something so big as like, go find Orochimaru and then go bring back well, they weren't trying to bring back Sasuke, I believe, but they just wanted to go find Orochimaru, who we consider like at that time really, or well, who was considered like the main villain of Naruto before the Akatsuki got introduced and all that. But it was I don't know. It was really just it
Like
was
you know
just
how
okay.
yeah, you know how you were saying like in part one, you know how you were saying some of these arcs were like dragging and stuff.
This one dragged. Oh yeah, you have a
So
point.
yeah, for me, the first time Naruto was like really dragging were these first two arcs of Shippuden.
Kazekage Rescue and Tenchi Bridge. I know a decent amount of people who dropped Naruto like because of these arcs because they just felt like it was way too long and they weren't getting to any good parts. So
Yeah, my thing is like if you think that like an anime is dragging, before you drop it, just like start reading the manga, see if that makes it any better. And if you don't like the manga, then okay, drop it. But like, because if you're not fucking with the anime, maybe you're just having like a pacing issue. Like you just don't like how the anime is paced. So just check out the manga and see like the pacing there. And if even then you don't fuck with it, then like all right, drop it. But
definitely. I had
yeah,
to I was watching Sword Art Online. I enjoyed the first season and then the second season hit and I was just like, bro,
hey,
come
Sora
on.
Online is that's a discussion for another time.
That's a
Because
whole
I have a lot to
discussion.
say about Sword Art Online, man.
I have a decent amount to say. I ended up dropping it, but like even the first two seasons, it was a lot. Anyways, back to this. I think it literally would just stay as just okay.
Yeah.
I don't think it goes anywhere from where it is right now. There's
So
nothing too like spectacular about this arc except like like you learn
the
about it later, but like Sasuke could have killed all three of four of them like right then and there because I don't really know if you remember, but he was doing the hand signs for Kirin right
yeah,
before
he
Orochimaru
was.
stopped him. Like I didn't realize that till later, but like even then that was like after I watched it, so it really wasn't that like at the time it wasn't that important to me. So I think it's right where it is.
Mhm.
Okay, the next one I believe is Hidan and Kakuzu.
All right, this is a great arc.
I did
Like,
this. This moved me a lot
yeah,
emotionally.
this is
Emotionally, like this arc hit me different.
yeah. At the end of this arc, I was like, all right, cool. We're back up to speed. We're back up to like part one quality.
One of the things that really struck me different and really was like, yo, it's getting serious. Was like honestly, like what the hell is his name? Oh my god.
Who Asuma?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yes,
Yeah.
yes. Oh my God, how did I forget that? Asuma's death. Asuma's death really, really, really hit me. Like, cause
Hmm.
he was like like one of my favorite senseis at the time, like in all of Naruto, because there was just like this certain like the way he talked and the way he like acted was like something that I like enjoyed watching thoroughly, and the fact that like he died by something so like morbid and something that was like so like what we felt at the time was too overpowered for something like Naruto was
Hmm.
just like dude like because it was out of his control. Well, yeah, I could say that. It was out of his control really because all Hidan had to do was literally just get a lick of your blood and it was wraps.
Hmm.
Which sucks because like it really means that he has to only try for a little bit and then after he gets that like after he gets that drop of blood and he licks it and he makes the circle out of it, then it's just like what can you really do at that point? so
Right.
like so everyone had to watch as Asuma literally, you could really call it killing himself, and
Hmm.
like just like being in that powerless state was like it was just traumatizing. Humza. Hello. Okay. Anyways, um, so yeah, I think for me personally, putting this arc in, uh, I'm putting it in really good for me, just because.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, now I can.
Yeah, I got disconnected.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. Were you saying
Yeah,
something?
yeah. So, all I was saying was like, I think this is like Shikamaru's arc. And then, what did you say?
Yes. I was just saying how it was traumatizing, but I think you heard that. So just go on
Yeah.
with what you were saying.
So, I mean, a lot of cool things happen here. So, like, I think Hidan's really fucking cool, and then I think Kakuzu's like pretty badass. Like, Kakuzu is just a better version of like Sasori. What Sasori is trying to do.
I think he's better than that.
Yeah. And then, Naruto learns Rasen Shuriken. So he's
Oh
finally,
yeah, oh yeah, that was
yeah. And
oof.
that's like a he finally learned something else
Probably
besides
learned
Shippuden.
something else besides a Rasengan. Yeah, and
And
that was
then
great.
let's see, Shikamaru is just at like the top of his game right now because this dude is just like mad as fuck.
Yeah, because
And then
he has to figure out how to beat someone who's considered immortal.
mhm. I think this is also the same arc where Sasuke forms Taka, right? So like this is
Yes, yeah, I
Suigetsu,
like the end. I believe at the end of this.
yeah, Suigetsu and Jugo, and yeah. So this is like a very solid arc.
I I would put it like for me, like watching this whole like first one of the I think what really got me hooked on this scene or on this arc, sorry, was you know the it's like one of the very first scenes of the arc when they went and get I think it was the three tail no it was the two tails um where like she goes into full tailed beast form and then like
Mhm.
it just kind of cuts to that point where she's kind of like her hands are like up on a stake and they're just like just chilling, like just sitting and chilling. Like that's when I was like, yo, these two are not to be played with. And
Mhm.
like just kind of watching them go like and evolve and like really getting to see what all their powers were. I think not only did it like significantly spiked my interest in the Akatsuki, but just overall these two characters I consider at least Kakuzu for sure like one of the stronger Akatsuki members. And I know you have people like Pain and Kisame, Itachi, and all that, but Kakuzu had like literally like multiple lives. Like it was so
Mhm.
crazy to me that he was able to steal people's hearts and use them as his own and use them as like insurance policies.
So Kakuzu died by Rasen Shuriken, right?
Yes.
But Hidan's still not dead. He's just trapped.
Yeah, he's just trapped
Okay.
underneath all that rubble, yeah.
Okay, cool. It's just been a while for me.
Yeah, no, you're good. I know it's been like so long for you. But as to where I would put this arc
I
personally,
think I would put it like around Search for Tsunade, Land of Waves.
you would put it like yeah, we'll just put it here and then we'll change this up. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think it belongs in that category. I feel like it was a solid arc. It was a good arc to keep if people were discouraged by how Shippuden was going in Kazekage Rescue and Tenchi Bridge, I feel like
Mm.
Hidan and Kakuzu kind of brought them back
Yeah.
to what
This was like
Naruto was supposed to be.
the CPR. Like this is the
Yeah, this is
CPR that
like the
Naruto needed.
redemption, the redemption.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That to like get back on track. Yeah.
Um,
Then which leads into our next arc, which I never knew was called Prophecy and Vengeance. I just always
me
called it.
neither. I don't. I kind of just like, if I'm being honest, if I just kind of dragged this one in Pain's Assault. Like I know they're not the same thing, but I just kind of dragged I just kind of put Pain's Assault and like I guess what we're calling Prophecy and Vengeance into the Pain arc. Like I would just kind of combine it into one thing because that was really
Well,
just all everything about Pain.
I mean, I wouldn't because like Prophecy and Vengeance, it's Jiraiya and Pain, but also like that's like half of it because the other half is Sasuke and Itachi.
Wait, wait, what?
This
You,
is Sasuke and Itachi. So like this arc at the same time is Sasuke versus Itachi and Jiraiya versus Pain.
oh, dude, I thought that happens. I thought that happens later.
Sasuke versus Itachi?
Yeah, I thought that happened
No,
after the Pain's assault.
no, because after this arc, all it's just all Pain versus the Leaf Legend Pain. Cause what was it? After this arc, he
Oh,
hold on, I might
Sasuke
be
joins the
wrong though.
Sasuke joins the Akatsuki after Pain's assault, right?
When did Sasuke join the Akatsuki?
Yeah, so like he ends up like kind of joining the Akatsuki, and he like forms the new group Hebi.
Mm, hold on, let me see.
That's like when they went to go like try to kill Killer B before Five Kage Summit.
Let's see.
I might be completely wrong, but I don't think I.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, so, sorry, my internet is just like really bad right now. It keeps cutting out.
you're good.
Okay, so let me see. Give me 1 second. I'm just gonna use my phone from now on.
From what I know, I'm pretty sure he like because I believe before Five Kage Summit, he's in the Akatsuki, and he learns about the truth between Pain's assault and Five Kage Summit because I just remember this one scene where like I think it was Jugo was talking about how um Sasuke had or how Naruto had beaten Pain by himself.
Mhm.
I might be wrong though. I don't really
Let me
too
see.
much.
Let me look it up. So, Tenchi Bridge, and then Katsuki's Russian. Okay, so it's Itachi Pursuit, and then Kakashi Gaiden, and then Tale of Jiraiya,
Yeah.
and then Naruto versus oh my bad, Sasuke versus Itachi, and then the Pain Assault.
Oh,
But it's like all these little arcs are like pretty short because it's like just like 6 to 10 episodes of like each battle of everything going on. So I guess hold on. First, do you want to talk about the? Let's see which arc is it? Do you want to talk about the Kakashi's backstory arc? Is that here? Is that
yeah.
Kakashi
Kakashi.
Anbu?
Yeah, yeah.
Is that the whole thing with Obito and everything, or is that different?
That's literally just the Onbu.
Just that's after Obito, right?
Yeah, I think it's like because if I remember what happens, the whole thing with Obito happens, then because like Itachi's um not Itachi, Kakashi like ends up like going back right to the village, and then the whole thing with Rin happened, and then after Rin like dies, then he joins the Anbu because
Hmm.
he becomes he first goes on a bunch of missions with the Anbu, and then he eventually becomes Minato's personal guard while Kushina's pregnant. So, um, yeah, it's after.
Okay. So I think like the whole okay, so I think prophecy and vengeance. I think this includes like everything. I think this includes Itachi and Sasuke. I think this includes Kakashi's backstory. This includes a Jiraiya versus Pain, and then after that, it leads right into
Pain's
okay,
assault.
okay, oh yeah. So first is Jiraiya and Pain. First is Jiraiya and Pain. Then it's Itachi and Sasuke. But before Jiraiya and Pain, there's the Kakashi's backstory, and then it's and then after Sasuke and Itachi, it's Pain assault. But I think you get the backstory with Itachi. You get to like learn that he's good before Pain attacks. Because like low key,
Oh
low key,
yeah, yeah.
low key when like after Pain is kind of like a little mild time skip. Like in how like the
After
show
Pain,
is
yes,
structured.
because they have to rebuild the village. Yes.
Yeah, it's literally like when we were saying, oh, like it's before Naruto Sasuke, after Naruto and Sasuke. This like and Shippuden is like before Pain and after Pain.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think like all of
If
this
like if that's the
happened.
case, then like if we're being honest, it really goes like it's very top tier. If we're thinking about Jiraiya versus Pain, Itachi versus Sasuke, learning Itachi's truth, all of that, that span of that kind of span within the story really like it really changed the entire pace of the story. Like
Hmm.
and there's a lot of realizations that come within that. Like you realize like you find out that like Itachi's like actually like a good guy, but he was forced by Konoha to destroy his own clan because they wanted to stop a civil war and bring peace to the village, which regardless of the opinion that you have, it's such a big burden to put on a teenager. And then
Right.
that's why Sasuke eventually is like he wants to destroy Konoha. And I understand where he's coming from in that sense because that is his like bigger brother. But
Hmm.
like regardless, just kind of learning about all that and the emotional impact it has on the viewer at the time really makes this arc a top tier arc.
And it includes Kakashi's Gaiden, like Kakashi's
Backstory,
backstory with
yes,
Obito.
Kakashi's backstory was amazing,
Like
amazing.
that's just like fucking yeah. Like that backstory, Jiraiya versus Pain, and then Sasuke versus Itachi. That's just like Kishimoto's like best moments right there,
That like whole
all back to
span,
back.
that whole like yeah, that whole span was like it was legendary. Like I would find myself watching Naruto up to 4 and 5 in the morning, and I had work the next morning, or I had like school in the morning. Like it was just like it was so crazy. Like I could not stop myself.
Yeah. I mean, I remember like watching all this like during middle school and stuff. That was some good times.
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
think I think we both agree that this goes. Oh shit! Nice. This goes up here.
Yeah, I'm not even mad. That goes up there,
Ah, that is
and then
easy.
just throw Parasol up in there too.
Yeah. I'm glad we
Yeah,
could
it's
agree on
just
that too. Pain's
just throw
assault
that
was,
up in there too.
oh my god. I need to talk about the cycle of hatred. I think, like, the cycle of hatred, honestly, that speech in its entirety opened my eyes to a lot of things. And not on some cringy, like some weird stuff, but what he was really speaking about was true. And you kind of see that, like, if you kind of reflect on, like world history and stuff, and you go through all these wars and stuff. The cycle of hatred
Hmm.
is true. I feel like it's a real like a real thing. It really does have like some sort of it really like what he was speaking about was right. And I feel like when that whole speech was going on and I was like not just reading it, but I was understanding like Pain's like thoughts. like I realized I was like, yo, he's right. Like and like in the sense of like not the way he went about doing things was right. That's kind of how I feel about most anti-heroes, but like his ideology was right. Like the fact that like this world is based on hatred and the cycle of hatred would just continue. It just like it kind of blew my mind that something, and since this was like really my first anime, it blew my mind because it makes you not only realize that like anime isn't just for little kids, but the stuff that they talk about inside the show is it's it like it pertains to real life. Like it's so crazy that something made from cartoons can be so real and have such an like a realistic impact.
Yeah, dude. Like, I totally forgot about that. And what was it? I mean, even back then, I knew that like Naruto like wasn't really, especially Shippuden. That's when it got like I remember like picking up the volumes at like libraries. Like there was like some volumes for like Naruto and stuff, and it would say like rated T or like rated T plus for like older kids, and I was like, oh shit, I'm not old enough, but it was okay. um, but yeah, I mean, like yeah, like I knew that like pretty damn mature. Um, and
I
like a lot of
think
the themes, like definitely like I had to rewatch a lot of this stuff because some of it just like went straight over my head because I didn't understand it when I was like 10 or 11, 12. So I had to like watch it again, and then I was like, oh shit,
thank you, man.
this is really fucking good.
Yeah, dude. And then like honestly, like Pain's assault, like his speech, his fight, you know, like his backstory, all of it comes together, and he is like all of that truly is the reason why he's my favorite character in all of Naruto. I feel like I'm not saying that like I want to be him or I want to like I think like like I don't believe that we should get rid of everybody that way. But just like the like not only the impact that he had on Naruto in the entire show, but like the impact that he had on me and the realization that like anime wasn't really what I thought it was and how it really opened my eyes. I just feel like that is what really made him my favorite character. Also, besides the fact that not only is I think he's the cleanest looking Akatsuki member, he also has the cleanest abilities in the Akatsuki, and one of my favorite abilities, which is the Almighty Push in
Oh yeah,
Naruto. I think the
and
Almighty Push when he when he gets up there, he's floating up and I'm like, oh, he's about to do some godly shit right here. And he just says the words, "This world shall know pain." Almighty Push, and just everything just hell breaks loose, and the entire village like is pretty much just in pieces, and you really get to see like somebody so strong with such an impact. And I was like, yo, this guy goes down as probably one of my favorite, like easily my favorite character in Naruto.
well, it wasn't also like planetary devastation or something like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Planetary
and
devastation
then
was also really nice.
dude,
And
this arc just had like everything. Like Pain and Soul just had everything, dude. Like, so, I mean, we didn't even talk about how like after like Jiraiya's death, Naruto just like went to go train as a sage, right?
oh my god, oh, we didn't even talk, bro. I think actually I'm gonna let you go first. I'm gonna let you go first.
Yeah, so it was just like such a build up to everything, man, and then everyone is just getting clapped, right, left and right. Like Kakashi gets clapped, and I'm just like, oh my god, what is going on? Then
I'm gonna be honest. Like
what's it?
I really thought Kakashi died. Like really honestly, I really thought he died. I was like, yo, there's no way that Pain is out here demolishing everybody.
Yeah, I
But
was really like, I was about to say it. Like when I was watching it for the first time, I was like, he is really killing everyone out here. I was like, oh shit, like
Bro, it
Like
means
you just don't
business.
have enough time to like process all the emotions and everything. It's just like everything moving so quick, and
So
it's just
quick, but
like
it was so good. Like you just didn't want to
yeah,
go back and rewind anything. But
yeah.
yeah,
And then
dude.
what was it? And then the best moment, I think, best moment of this whole arc is when we finally see the fourth Hokage like converse with Naruto. That's just like,
Oh
oh
yeah,
my
when he's about
god.
to take off his wait, wait,
Mhm.
wait, wait.
When he's six tails, and then
When he's six
he
tails deep
meets,
in, yeah, yeah,
and then
yeah.
he meets fourth Hokage, right? That
Oh my god.
dude, that was the culmination of
That
like
was
fucking
that was a mix
400, 300 episodes.
that was a mix of that was a mix of emotions for me. I don't know how to feel personally. Like it's just like if you really think about it, like I I could kind of say I'm thinking about it from Naruto's shoes here. You know, you never get to meet your dad, but once you realize like what he did like to you,
Mhm,
like I would have been just as mad as he was. Like you know how when they first met, the first thing that Naruto did was punched him in the stomach.
mhm.
Like who the hell traps a like a Jinchuriki, like a demon inside their own kid, you know? But like it was good because he finally gets to meet his dad. And like even though it's like through some sort of chakra link or chakra connection, it was still good to see them converse for the first time. And now granted, it did not hit nearly as different as when he got to meet his mom, but uh when he got to meet his dad was a powerful moment in the story.
Well, like the like okay, trapping the nine tails, right? What was the plan for that? Because like when we see the backstory
Uh-huh.
with the fourth Hokage and his wife, and finding Obito and everything. Um, what? So when Kushina was having the baby, the seal would get loose, right?
Yes.
So what was the plan? Like before Obito came, what was the plan?
They had so
Were they gonna put it in Naruto from the very beginning? Because I feel like that was
no,
just like
no,
a
no, 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 no,
that
no.
was like a last minute like fail safe plan, right?
No, so what had happened was is they had taken Kushina to a different location. They had Anbu like surrounding the entire area, right? And so what had happened was is the seal was going to keep loose, but I believe they had somebody there to keep it in check. I don't remember who it
Mhm.
was, but they had somebody to make sure that the nine tails didn't get out. And so pretty much like like they were all secure and stuff, but like the reason that the Obito found out was because of Kakashi.
Mhm.
Yeah, do this. Like, go on. Pretty much like it was just like the whole thing was Kakashi's fault. If you really think about it, but yeah,
Well, yeah,
and then he
it
and then
really
he ends up
was.
dragging the nine tails out, and yeah, I mean, I don't really like. I don't know. If it was my kid, I'm not giving him a demon to put inside him, you know. But then you kind of have to think about it from Minato's perspective, because Minato was also Hokage at the time, so
Mhm.
it was a lot.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, meeting meeting the fourth Hokage was like the first time like Naruto sees them, that shit like made me tear up on like 100%. But I
Being the
think
fourth Hokage, you said?
yeah, 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 but I think I think it hit harder when he met his mom.
Oh my god, dude!
Dude,
I actually
that messed
did
me up.
tear up. I actually did
Yeah,
tear up, cause like, dude, like, imagine never being able to meet your mom like
yeah,
ever, and then
dude,
you finally get to like after all those years. Like,
dude.
I don't remember how old Naruto. I think it was like 16, right, or
Mhm,
something. 16 years. You don't know anything about your parents at all, and then when you finally try to conquer the demon inside of you, there somehow ends up being your mom through a chakra link, and you get to meet her for the first time.
mhm.
I think that was great. I think that was such a it was such a great moment for me.
Did you ever watch any of the Naruto movies?
I watched the only one I watched was the last,
The last. Which one
and
was that one?
that's the one. It was the only. It was like one of the few canon ones. Remember when?
The one with Hinata?
Yeah, she like ends up like
Okay.
almost marrying Toneri, the
I
Osutsuki.
watched I watched the movie where it was like they got taken to like an alternate dimension. I don't know if you know which one I'm talking about,
I don't think so.
but and I think you should watch it. In that one, it's basically like Sakura's like the main hero of the village instead of Naruto. But like the thing is, like Naruto has both of his parents, right, in the alternate dimension, and like that scene, like the movie itself was all right, but like that scene alone, when he goes home and he sees both Minato and Kushina there waiting for him, like cooking dinner, and he like Naruto just breaks down crying. That was one of like the best scenes in all of Naruto, and it was like an alternate. It wasn't even canon, and I was like, "She, yeah." But yeah. So like, Pain of Soul, he meets Fourth Hokage. Like, it had to be like one of the best scenes, and then after that, he gains his senses back and just bodies pain.
Just body's pain. Oh my
Yeah,
god, he body pain.
and we didn't even talk about how he like fucking went berserk. He went berserk because Hinata stepped up, bro. She took the blow for Naruto,
Finally, and I was like, because I didn't
and
really
I
think
was
Hinata was useless, but she wasn't really doing too much in the story. So I'm glad she actually had something to provide like for her, like some sort of like character like development, I guess. Because you always kind of see her as like this shy like girl who had a crush on Naruto,
low key.
but yeah.
I think Hinata versus Neji in the Chunin exams was one of the most underrated fights. That
Oh,
shit,
where like
story
Neji
wise, was
almost
so
kills.
good.
Oh, Neji almost kills
Yeah,
her, right? Yeah.
yeah, yeah. That shit was so good.
That shit was crazy. I remember I could just picture it in my head right now where Neji was about to land that last strike and like pretty much like kill Hinata, and
Hmm.
then like you could see all like 4 or 5 Jonin just step in and like stopping him. That was crazy.
Yeah, I do, bro.
Um,
We could talk like like go on for days about these two arcs.
yeah, for real.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next arc I believe after this is 5 Kage.
Yeah, and this is like so. I think Five Kage Summit is pretty dope. Like I think it's a good arc. There's some like a little questionable things, but overall pretty damn solid. But I think this is like the beginning of the downfall of Naruto
Beginning of the downfall of Naruto.
in terms of quality. Cause like Pain of Soul, the way Pain of Soul is like structured, it's all honestly structured as like the climax of a whole story. And after Pain, like Naruto gets so much respect from the whole village. Like he might as well just be Hokage right then and there. Because Pain destroyed the whole village, and Naruto is like the savior, right? And everyone like after this, everyone views him as like a hero, right? So basically, that's kind of like Naruto's whole character development, Naruto's whole like story arcs. That's already all solved, and then the only thing left for him to do is just like patch things up
Actually,
with Sasuke.
actually, oh well, that and then actually become Hokage.
Yeah, yeah, actually become a Kage, but also like patch things up with Sasuke, right?
Hmm.
Um, so when Pain of Soul was happening, when I was watching it week to week, I was like, all right, like what else is really there much to do? Like I know there was talks of like a Madara, like maybe we'll see Madara and stuff like that. But I feel like if Naruto like let's say Naruto got canceled after Pain, I wouldn't even be that mad. I would just be like, all right, cool. I mean, I got my satisfaction with Naruto. Like his story arc is like basically completed. You know?
Yeah, I I'm not gonna lie to you. I was really thinking of that same thing. I like. like when we go on, like more of like the war arc. Like for me, I did feel like things were getting good, but what like really killed that for me was like the pacing of that arc was so horrible. And
Dude,
like
I
I'll
mean,
get onto it a little bit more later, but like that's like that overall quality of Naruto. Like I feel you. Like when you say that the quality started to downfall, because it really did. It wasn't like, well, I guess for me it wasn't too bad because I was still enjoying like Five Kage Summit and then the War
yeah,
arc, but
yeah.
just not nearly as much as anything else.
I mean, like I appreciate like I think five Kage Summon is actually like very solid. Like it opens up the world quite in like a very like sensible way. It's not like other anime where like everything happens like, oh, and by the way, there's multiple universes and we got to go to it wasn't like that. It was just it kind of made sense. It's like, all right, there's these other countries that we've known about and there's like problems and stuff like that, and we've known of. Toby is the one who told Sasuke everything, right?
Yeah.
So so we knew that like some shit had to go down. So I was like, all right, cool. Like they're gonna start the war. All right, let's go through with the war. And I was like, all right, this seems like a very like logical step for the story to go through. And in I guess we'll just talk about Five Kage Summit specifically right now. So everything's pretty damn good. Up until the whole thing where Sakura was like, "Oh, I love you."
I love you, Naruto.
That's kind of where I was just like, "What the fuck?" That was like one
That
weird
pissed me
ass.
off. Keep it a buck with you. That
That
pissed me off for real.
yeah,
I was like, bro.
that definitely knocked it down a tier, bro. I was like, "Oh, ew." And then
Yeah.
shit like that, I just kind of wonders like, all right, what is like Sakura's actual purpose in the story? Like, why is she here? You know, like, because up until like now, like Sakura's been pretty supportive, and she was pretty good like in the pain arc too. Like like you don't really question why she's there up until like now when she starts actually like saying shit to Naruto, starts actually like you know
Doing all the
like
stupid shit that Sakura has that reputation for.
mhm. So
Yeah. Unfortunate.
but it's so cool seeing like Sasuke come in and try to like fight literally five Kages, and we get Killer Bee.
Yo.
We get the Toby. Or yeah, I think that we learned that like Toby is Obito in this
We
arc.
don't.
I
No,
think
we don't. It was in the war
no,
arc. Yeah.
it was in the war
Cause
arc. All
yeah, it
right,
was
well
like during the
everyone
war.
knew that anyway. Everyone
Yeah.
knew that. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. But
we all knew that shit.
uh,
Um,
like yeah, I gotta. I'm not gonna lie. I got it spoiled for me, so it didn't really matter too much for me. But yeah. I think if we're talking about this like the actual summit plus Donzo and Sasuke,
Donzo's cool.
I was really messing with that one. Like to be
Mhm.
honest with you, like that fight, like seeing that that one panel of Sasuke where it's like black and white and he's just kind of staring into the screen with like this super devilish look on his face.
Mhm.
Like that, like you want to talk about pure hatred and rage, like that. Like I know there are other animes that portray that really well, but in that moment, that like that, I was like, oh my god, because like Sasuke was coming different, like no cap, like he was like, you get that same thing where like in that same arc, Sakura tries to join Sasuke and then Sasuke almost kills Sakura, and then Karine literally gets like used as a meat shield against Donzo, and then you have that one scene where Sasuke is literally like, Kakashi, I'm itching to kill you or whatever. I just think that like that entire like this arc was good for Sasuke because it really shows like what Sasuke turned into after he left the village, and like it really shows you the impact the village had on him before he left and after he left, because the way he acts and the way he does things after he left and the influence of people around him like Toby and like Orochimaru, you really get to see that shine in this arc.
I agree. Like but it was also just really cool seeing. I really like the world building and all that. We saw Killer B. Killer B's like was a pretty good
Killer
like
Bee.
mentor.
Yo,
Yeah,
the first time I remember watching Killer Bee for the first time, and I was like, "Who the hell is this guy? Like, why is he rapping and why is he rhyming everything?" And then I like it was like just the more it went on, and the more you get to learn about Killer Bee, he was he was like one of those characters that like you didn't realize you needed until you had like him on the screen. He was just really great.
dude, I remember because like I was watching Naruto week to week, and I was stuck in that filler hell when like in between Five Kage and Pain Assault, right?
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
dude, these fillers, oh my lord, they pissed the fuck out of me, right? So I'm
Yeah,
just,
but
like, and then we finally get to Five Color Summon. I'm like, all right, finally, like let's see what we have to, let's see what we got, like what we got, you know? And like it's just pretty good. Like the Kage versus Taka, because Jugo's there and Karin's there and Suigetsu's there. The summit, the Declaration of War. Let's see, Truth and Realization. I'm just trying to go through what happened. When does Kisame fight Killer Bee?
that's like you could really call that war arc. It's
That's
like
War.
so like pretty much what happens is they take Naruto to that island. They like kind of like lie to him saying it's an S tier mission, but
Mm-hmm.
Kisame ends up finding the island.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. And then so he ends up finding the island and they end up fighting, right?
Oh,
Uh
it's in Five Kage Summon.
is it really?
Yeah, it's in Five Kage Summon. So let's see. Elsewhere, the battle between Kasame and Killer Bee starts to heat up. Tries to, yeah. So um that's right after Sakura confesses to Naruto. Um,
Actually, yeah.
so
I realize.
that's in the Five Kage Summon arc. So that was a cool fight, Killer Bee and Kasame.
Yeah, I did like that fight. That's not the fight where Kisame dies though, right?
When does Kisame die?
That's like that's like when they're on that island, like that big turtle. Um,
Let's see.
it's like right after Naruto gets KCM for the first time.
Uh, yeah, yeah. I
But
mean,
yeah, so yeah, there was that, and then also like the fight with Sasuke Danzo, and then you like kind of going a little bit like backwards here, like kind of like when you see all the five Kage like arrive in this setting, and you kind of realize how political like it was. Like you finally like they finally like revealed that the Akatsuki is more of like a like a contract military, right?
mhm.
Um, and it's like it's crazy to see that even like what was it? It was the land of stone. Am I right? I think it's like the land of stone. They
Mhm.
used the Akatsuki like in order to wipe out like villages and stuff. And so it was kind of crazy to see the political aspect of like Naruto. And I think that's like honestly like one of my favorite like it was like one of my favorite parts of that arc. Like realizing
Yeah,
that like
the politics.
yeah, the politics of it. Like
Yeah.
it was just like I never thought that it would get to that point, but it was just very interesting to see that like there's so many different parts to this one big like equation and how to stop the Akatsuki and like this war from going on. And
Mhm.
it was good. I think like if we're talking in terms of ratings, I feel like it goes in between good and like really good. Like I don't like it could you could put it like on the same you could put it like a little
I
below
don't know if uh, mm,
Konoha Crush.
would I put this above Surface and like Land of Waves and all that. I think it's on the same level
Or
as
you know
like
what? Yeah,
Hidan.
yeah, I would put
Yeah.
it actually here. So yeah. I think it
Yeah.
was good.
Also, Killer Bee got he got schmirked by Guy, not Killer Bee.
Yes, yeah. So he
Yeah,
fights a
yeah,
guy. Okay, okay.
yeah.
That's what I was thinking. Because I was trying to remember. I was like, where does he get where does he fight Killer Bee? And I was thinking because it was on the island that he would just end up fighting Killer Bee. But I specifically remember him fighting Guy because I remember guys like standing over him and he's like, "Don't move at all." And then he like even like flicks his finger, and then guy just like takes his fist and just like punches him once, but like super hard in the face. I thought that was dope as hell.
Right, right.
But
So yeah. Also, like this is in the Five Kage Sama. We also see like Gara comes to. When do we see like that whole like his mom is like protecting him
that's
thing?
war. That's war
That's the
because
war. Oh, okay, okay.
yeah, you because that's like his dad reanimated and stuff. So
Or that one part where like Gara is like crying when he's like fighting Sasuke,
he didn't cry when
and
he
and
fought
the
Sasuke, did
and the
he?
Five Kage Sama. Oh, or
Uh,
he was like tearing up or something like that.
he might have been. Not really too sure.
I remember in like it was in one of the openings. I forgot. But yeah, like the conflict between Sasuke and Gaara was pretty good. Um, I dang, that's an arc I need to rewatch. Five Kage Summit. Because a lot of
Yeah.
shit goes down, and I just like forgot about it.
It was a lot at one time, and I was traveling at the time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember why. I just remember I was in Chicago, and I was like it had we had been doing a lot of stuff. So, and I was watching it in my spare time, so I don't really remember a whole lot of it. But if I were to go back and rewatch like that arc, it would probably clear up a lot of things for me. But I
Mm-hmm.
think where we have it right now is pretty good. We might make some changes at the end, but I think it's pretty good. Now for the war arc.
Oh, dude.
Oh, dude.
Personally, personally, I want to put this in trash. Just
I
like the
want.
fucking. Okay, it's not realistically trash, but like because this arc went from like when I was in high school when this shit ended. I was a senior. Like I was literally graduating high school when the war arc ended, and I think the war arc started. Hold on, let me see. I just want to see when this
It's
shit
like
started.
150 episodes or something. It's a
Yeah, yeah,
lot.
it's
It's a lot.
so fucking abysmal. Hold on, episode 261 of Naruto. Hold on, hold on. I'm looking at like Narutopedia, featured by Fortune. Okay, so this starts in episode 215. In what year? Yes. 215. Sorry, I'm just like going
No,
through
you're good. Just read off
facts.
comments. Keep up the good work. Thank you. Yo, tell your boy to clean his nose.
Me?
Yeah, somebody commented it.
I'm not
I think you
sniffing that
sound fine.
much,
I think you sound fine. It might just
I'm not,
be like your mic quality. You're good. Um,
dude. The war arc starts. Um, dude, it started in 2011 or 2012, and it ends in 2017. So I just sit through like 5 years of that shit, and it was all though, dude. There was this 1 year in the anime where it was all filler
all
except for
filler.
two. It was one whole year. I was watching Naruto week to week. I dropped that shit. It was I dropped that shit until somebody told me there was like more canon episodes because it was one like 52 episodes, all filler except for two canon episodes, and that was like in July. There was this big time gap up until like right before Madara shows up. I think you probably like. Did you use a filler guide?
No, because I Well, I knew what was filler and what wasn't, but I ended up watching all of it anyway, like or canon regardless, because it was well, my reasoning was because it was my first, I wanted to watch the filler, and also because like the filler was actually kind of interesting to me, so
The
I
only
did
good
watch it.
filler the only good filler in the war arc was, like, the Chikara episodes where it was, like, that alternate timeline thing
Oh, with
where
the Infinite Tsukiyomi, everyone else's dreams, or what?
no, fuck that, that was abysmal. Like, I did not like that. I was just like, "Alright, now you're just, like now you're just, like, milking Naruto, bro." Because I was like, "Can we just please get to the Naruto versus Sasuke fight already?" Um, because I think, like, by the time it ended in the anime, the manga was already done for, like, 2 years. Yeah. Um, so let's see. The Chikara episodes. Oh yeah, Power, the Power arc. You know what I'm talking about?
The power
Where
arc.
it was filler, but it was like really good animation, and it was that was a pretty decent arc. It was during the war. Um, they like go to this place called the Hole, and it's just Sasuke, Naruto, and Sakura, Naruto, and Kakashi. You know, you don't remember that?
I'm trying to think of it. I can't
A
really
clone of
remember it. I'm
Four-tailed
live on
Naruto
Twitch
was
right now.
created.
I can buy it. Go on.
Let's see. There's a clone of Naruto's Nine-tailed. Remember that? That filler.
Oh yes, 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 yes. I do.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah,
yeah.
I was really messing with the second Chunin exams, but literally only because of that fight with Rock Lee and Shinra. I think that fight was great. Other
I
than
don't
that, the
think I
rest of it was
watched
pretty
that.
garbage. Um,
Yeah, it's just like that shit was pissed me off so much, and that's why like, and I can't blame like the actual story for that. Okay, that's a separate conversation. Like the actual story versus like the filler. Like the filler definitely was pissing me off so much because like I had to watch that shit week to week. Okay, but if we actually talk about the war, it was still so drawn out.
so drawn out. Oh my
Still
god,
so drawn out. It was like not even
so
funny.
drawn out. Like it
And
was getting to a point where like I was. I'm not gonna say I was gonna drop it. I don't. I had never thought about dropping it, but it had gotten to a point where I was like, man, I gotta sit through this war arc. And like there were some good moments.
I
There
think
were a
the
lot of good moments, but it was just like yeah, I was watching um stuff like that for a while. Yo, real quick, somebody on TikTok said name an anime character for an edit. So give me one.
name an anime character for what
For an edit, like on TikTok. Just
was
give
an
me one.
edit.
Like they just do edits of like clips and stuff and it's supposed to be really cool. Just give me a character.
Uh, that one chick from Black Clover, Mario Leona. There you go.
Mario Leona?
Yeah, Mereoleona.
Alright, Mario Leona. Alright, go on.
All right. Let's see. So yeah, so like I was excited for the war because I was like, all right, this shit's gonna go down, and then all the reanimation stuff got like really overdone and just got like at first it was cool, it's like, oh shit, like all the important people are coming back, and then it just got so drawn out, and then oh when everyone was put on oh because like the whole war was just like a bunch of Zetsus. This arc was so Zetsu driven,
Yeah, no, for real. I was
and
like
Zetsu is probably the worst character of this whole show, man.
I think for me, what it was like what really killed this what killed this arc for me, not only because it was drawn out, but also because um
All right, let's talk about the best moments first, and then we can just talk about the
Okay,
storyline.
okay,
You
okay.
good?
Well,
You
okay.
want to?
Yeah,
Okay.
okay, yeah.
All right.
Um.
Kakashi versus Obito.
Oh my God, that fight,
Yeah.
phenomenal. That
Yeah.
fight, not like the animation was great, choreography was great, the abilities and everything was being used the right way. Also, the speech, you could call it a speech, that Obito has in between that fight when he puts Kakashi in a genjutsu for like a little bit, when when he points at his heart and there's nothing there, and he kind of really explains and he really appeals to Kakashi's emotions by like saying like yo, you can have Rin here still, you have your ideal version of me in a world where you don't have to suffer through pain anymore. I loved that personally.
Hmm.
It was great because not like besides the fact that you finally see who Toby is, it like kind of like that driving point of the infinite Tsukuyomi, like, to me was great. And if I was in those shoes, I would have like fed into it. Like, honestly, like that would have just been something I would have done.
Hmm. And then I felt like the war arc really, really started when Madara came in. When Madara was like
Oh
being
yeah,
animated. Yeah.
watching Madara absolutely destroy the
Mhm.
entire Shinobi Alliance was.
It and I really liked the backstory with like Madara and the first Hokage. All that stuff was really good.
Oh, with Hashiramen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was really enjoying that. I liked Madara's backstory. It
Yeah.
wasn't sad. It was actually like
Damn interesting.
something deemed for a villainous backstory. It wasn't something that like it wasn't well, you could say that about like any other thing, any other like backstory for a villain there, but it was just different in the sense of like it was always this Uchiha versus Senju, like it was always this big like beef between them, and he kept that beef for so long because he was born into it. It's just like kids like with war, and I don't really want to go into the whole racism thing, but like if we're being real, like you can kind of really like what it is that like you get thrown into like this environment where everything around you is hatred towards one thing. Of course you're going to be bound at one point to hate it too. So that's kind of how like Madara was like raised, and he kind of kept those beliefs for a while until like I don't know if you remember, but there was one point where Madara was making Hashirama kill himself in order to save his brother, and then Hashirama was literally just about to do it when Madara himself stopped him and realized how much he cared for the people around him, and that's when they finally like became friends for a little bit.
Hmm.
But yeah, I think there's just like that whole backstory and as a whole was really great, and it was truly a backstory deemed for a villain.
Hmm. No, yeah, I agree. Madara is definitely one of the best characters, and he could have been like the best villain if the climax was actually like him. You know,
Oh yeah,
yeah. Every time I was watching the war, or just Naruto in general, I always thought like, man, I wish there was a whole anime just on the history of Naruto, like everything before like episode one. You know, what if we had like a whole anime just based off like all the wars, all like the world wars, all the like the conflicts between all the villages and stuff like that. Because I like that all that stuff is so interesting to
it's
me.
very intriguing. Yeah,
Yeah. That what if you had an anime based off that? But I mean, I don't think it'll ever happen because there's so
probably not.
much to like. It's so much to think. It's like playing out and all that.
Mhm.
But yeah. So all the modern stuff is good. Itachi versus Obito is good. When Itachi got revived, that was pretty good. And
Oh, that
when
Itachi and
Sasuke,
Sasuke versus Kabuto
yeah,
fight.
yeah. And then Naruto versus Sasuke is good. And I think that's all. Might Guy versus Madara. That was pretty
The
damn
eight
good.
gates.
Yeah.
Oh my god. That
Um.
was that was unexpected to me.
Mhm.
Personally, I didn't think that he would step up like that. Like, if we're being completely honest, I
When
just,
Naruto goes full tail beast mode, that was pretty good.
yeah, it was good.
Oh, 5 Kage versus Madara. Oh, that shit was so fire.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Just watching the five Kage get smacked was indeed very very eye catching. It was very. I was very just like they the Kage were supposed to be like the strongest like
Mhm.
people at that time. Like if we're being real, and Madara literally just
He
like crumbled them up to
soloed.
a ball. He just crumbled them up
Yeah.
into a ball and just kind of threw them away.
Yeah. And that's kind of like it, to be honest.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
Really not much to it. As for where it goes for me, um, maybe good. I would probably put it at
Dude,
good.
it's not in the same league as 5 Kage Summon, Hidan and Kakuzu.
You
Like,
really think you think it's here?
yeah.
Just okay.
I think it is like I don't know. I mean, so you would put it in the middle.
I don't think it's on the same level as these, but I also don't think it's on the same level as this. I feel like the War Arc was better than Kazekage Rescue. I would like if we're going in order of this, I would put it dead last.
Because it's just like how, dude. Because the final villain was Kaguya, and I do not like Kaguya at all.
Do
Like,
you not like Kaguya like specifically, or do you not like the introduction of Otsutsuki at all?
I, I, yeah, yeah. I mean, I think it was just like a whole plot, like last minute plot point thrown in just to like be like, haha, Madara's not the final villain. There's somebody controlling the strings all along, but it wasn't handled well, and it was just kind of like, all right, what the fuck are we doing?
I thought it
You
was
know.
good. I did like the idea of it just because you have you have something to how do I put this? It's more of like we have all these people, coming in and doing things, but you finally get to learn about the existence of chakra and really where that backstory comes from. And
Hmm.
I think that was I wouldn't say it's too important, but I think it's important enough to know and understand why it's there in the first place, and also because um, I think they use this mainly because they had already started planning Boruto,
Hmm.
and I feel like that this was just a good segue into that and the whole idea of chakra gods that like consume fruits and and all that. So I personally didn't have too many problems with it. I think if Madara would have been the last villain, it would have been better. But if they had a show after this one, it wouldn't have it wouldn't have flowed well enough without Kaguya.
Hmm. I think, yeah. I mean, just once like when the fight with Kage is done, and then it's just like Naruto versus Sasuke, and then that gets sorted out, and it's like the conclusion. It's all pretty solid. Like I think the wedding is really nice between Naruto and Hinata,
That's a whole different
and
thing. I have it down here.
where is it?
Konoha Hiden.
Oh, that's oh okay. I thought it was all just okay. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So so yeah, I guess do you want to move on?
Yeah, we can move on to these. These are interesting. I
Kakashi
like all of these.
Anbu.
Kakashi
It's
Anbu. I'm really putting like in the good. I feel like it goes good, really good. I feel like it can
hmm
go in here.
yeah.
As for where in terms of ordering, I was really messing with it. Like I really messed with it more than Search for Tsunade. So if it
No,
was
I'm
me,
putting it really good.
I'm putting it
Yeah,
right here to be honest.
yeah, I agree with that.
And
And
then
then
like
Itachi
also
one too.
Itachi's goes there too. This
Yeah,
one, oh my god, holy shit, this
trash.
was horrible. This was so horrible. Uh,
Bro, I would put
I don't remember
Shikamaru
this one at all. I don't remember
dude.
it at all.
That's Shikamaru and Tamari's like little adventure, and I would put that shit above the world arc.
Say you swear. Say you swear it was really that good. I don't remember any of it. Like, would it
It's
go
it
in
wasn't
here?
it wasn't that good. It was just cute.
So are we putting it like here wise or like dead ass? Like
I'm just like kidding, mainly just because like I have such beef with the war arc that I was just like I would just put like anything above it. But
what like I don't like you're gonna have to
it's
kind of
just
share it,
okay.
but
It's just okay.
just okay.
Yeah, it's just okay. And then Konoha Hiden, that's the wedding, right?
That's the wedding, yeah, and the whole wedding arc.
That shit's solid, like really solid. Like um, when Naruto goes up to what's his name, Iruka,
Oh, and
and
he's
he
like,
says,
can you like be
"Can you
like
be
my
my
dad?
father?" That
Yeah,
was like
bro. I was like,
that
whoa.
was that was yeah, that was like the last tears that I shed on Naruto, bro. And then like that was like a really good song. I was like, all right, like I'm so glad that like I stuck with this show. And it was like such like a nice tie, like, and then the wedding was so nice, and everyone was like falling in love. So like and Sai were getting together, and
Hamari and Shikamaru.
Shimaru, yeah, that's a power couple right
That is
there.
such a power couple. I've been telling everybody that's like the
Yeah,
most underrated couple in that entire show, bro. Cause like you never thought like honestly you really never thought that they would be together. You know, like I
uh-huh.
never like especially like in the beginning and like I just never thought it would happen. And then here we are now, and they have a kid. So
Yeah, and then what was it? Kurenai was there too with her kid, and then
if it's me, honestly,
that shit's above the war.
I'm putting it right here.
Yes, sir.
I'm putting it right there. I don't
Yes,
even want
sir.
to talk about Sasuke Shinden because that shit was so ass.
That was boring as fuck. Yeah.
I didn't like the whole idea of this new eye. Like I don't know. Like it just was like not. It wasn't appealing.
So we have a lot of things in good. Do you want to move around some stuff?
Personally,
Personally, I can make a case for Hidan and Kakuzu being really good.
you know what I will say. I will. I could put this.
Or do you want to hold on? Do you want to put these Shippuden arcs? Do you want to put them in another tier between good and just okay?
What do you mean? I can't make
Like,
another one. This isn't one
y-
that I made.
oh, yeah, you
Yeah.
can just hit settings on the third one, and then just hit add a row below
Between which one?
between good and just okay. No. It's add a you do
I just
add.
I just fucked something up. Hold on. There it is. Okay. And
You
then
can go in settings and then
add
hit
a row
add
below.
a row below. Yeah, there you go.
Okay. And
And
then
then we can just put these like we can put like the war arc and kind of in there. I don't know if I'll say mid. What would you say? Well, can we just say war arc?
a whole tier for war arc.
Yeah, it's just war arc.
I'm okay with that. And then
And then we'll bump up Konoha Hiden. There you go.
I think this is pretty solid. I don't think this could have gone any other way except maybe the war arc being a little higher. But other than that, I think this is pretty good.
Yeah.
I think we actually ordered them well. If we're talking about ordering, I'm putting these two first and these two behind. But other than that, I
What do
think
you want
everything
to?
else is okay.
Yeah. So what is the best arc of Naruto?
Paints us all, in my opinion.
Okay, so let's do. I'm down for Pains of Soul, and then all the prophecy and vengeance stuff, and then Chunin exams, and then Sasuke retrieval.
The Pain's Assault, Prophecy and Vengeance. You said Chunin Exams and Sasuke's Retrieval. Okay. I think that's solid.
Would you agree?
Yeah, 100%. I feel
Okay.
like those are all top tier arcs and definitely my favorites. Um, Now if we're talking about ordering the one below that one, I think
Mm,
I think it goes like this. Oh shit.
what, bro? Because
I meant
Konoha
this.
Crush is basically the Chunin exam. I don't know. I would put it
I
like
mean
the
I
higher.
mean I like I said like I was just like not really like I would have put it in good if it was me.
Interesting. Okay.
But you said how would you do it?
Well, I always thought like that was just the whole Chunin exams, and it was like that's like the finale of the Chunin exams. So and it was like a good like climax, you know.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, that kind of like tipped it over. Was like, all right, with everything included, like Chunin exams is so fucking good. Like, but that's why I like I can see why you would see it dragging, like why the fights would be dragging and stuff like that. But I don't know. It's just I would just put it at the high of really good show, but it's okay. We can like come to an agreement, put it in the middle of two arcs.
yeah. That's
There you
cool.
go.
I'm cool with
All right.
that. This is okay. I'm actually okay with the way we have it here. Maybe, maybe you would switch this and this,
Oh yeah, I'm down for that.
but this
I'm
is
down for that.
solid.
Yeah, I wouldn't put Five Kage-sama above Land of Waves.
You really changed my perspective. I'm not gonna lie. Like the way you explain these two really kind of made me think that these really are better than the Land of Waves. It's a very, very great introductory arc, but as in terms of arcs overall in Naruto, these are better.
You
Like,
gotta like Land of Waves also drags on quite a bit.
yes, it does. Those fights take 4 to 5 episodes.
Like yeah, like I would say there's a good like 6 7 episodes you can condense into like 2 episodes.
Hmm. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's true.
but,
Um, this
and
is
then
pretty.
you can condense like the war arc in like fucking 5 episodes if you really want to. I'm playing, but
Maybe like actually like if we're being like serious, maybe like 30 to 40. I don't think it
dude,
needs to
like
go any more than that.
it could be just one you know how like My Hero has like 24 episodes. The war could literally just be like 24 episodes, and I would be fine.
Yeah, no. They
Yeah.
I don't like as the reason as to why they dragged it out for so long. I couldn't like I really don't know.
You know why? Because Naruto's Studio Period's like best selling anime, and they weren't ready to let that shit go, which is why they still have Boruto, and why Boruto didn't really start any canon shit until like fucking 150 episodes in.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're
And
right.
there's because in the manga there's only like 60 70 chapters, right? Or like yeah,
No,
60
it's not.
chapters.
It's like yeah, it's like not that many.
Yeah. Whereas like the anime has like what 250 or something like that.
Yeah, it's like 216.
Yeah, I'm not even caught up with Boruto. I dropped that shit like in the when they were in the Mist Village
Dude,
early
that's like at the
on.
very beginning.
Yeah, that's when I dropped that shit. I was like, I can't. Like my head hurts too much. I can't do this shit anymore. This is not Naruto to me. So I dropped that. I always said like if I'm gonna get into Boruto, I'm just gonna read the manga. I'm not gonna watch the anime.
Reading the manga was worth it.
Yeah.
100%. But yeah, I think War Arc is just where War Arc is. Just okay. This is pretty valid actually. And I again like I don't really remember this one, but I think Kazekage Rescue was better than Tenchi Bridge.
Mm.
I don't have an issue with it. And then
It's like they're so like whatever. That's just like I don't even care. I mean, because like in Tenchi Bridge, you had all the nine tailed stuff and like Sasuke, that was cool. And then Kazekage Rescue, you had like he comes home, and then the fight was the good fights and stuff like that. But a lot of it dragged out.
yeah, definitely, no, definitely. But
I only
yeah,
I, on- I only said the thing about Shikamaru, like Hidan or whatever, because just like I said, Temari and Shikamaru are like a power couple, so like that was just fun to see. But
that
it
might
was
have
just
been
like
one that I actually skipped, like for real.
it's just fun. Like it's not as bad as the Sasuke one. It's better. And it's just interesting to see like these two do their thing.
The only thing I really really liked about Sasuke's one was like getting to see one armed Sasuke with the sword and like getting
It
to
was
see
nice.
like kind of a hint
It's
of what adult Sasuke would eventually be.
yeah, it was nice seeing his soft side.
Yeah, it was. I
Actually,
did
now that I
really
think
enjoy
about it,
that.
it wasn't like trash, but it was,
But it
yeah.
was
I
pretty
mean,
bad. It
yeah.
was it wasn't it's not I don't think it's anywhere near Kazekage Rescue or Tenchi Bridge. I think they just added it in there because like you said, like they didn't want it to finish. so they just kept adding stuff.
So do you like the war arc more than Tenchi Bridge and Kazekage Rescue?
Yes, I do.
Mhm.
I
I can say that.
I mean, I think the war arc was good. I think the pacing of it was bad, which is like, and the pacing played a huge part in me not liking it.
Yeah, I think like
Which is why we have our own war arc tier, because it's like it was just like it was cool, but like you had to wait like 4 or 5 episodes for something cool to happen in between each cool thing, and so it was just like why?
it's the most decisive arc. I think it's perfect to just have like a tier called war arc, and
Because
that's just
people either
because
love it
like
or hate it.
yeah,
It's usually never both.
yeah, because like it has some really high highs, but also has like the worst lows. Oh, can we talk about how like my guy should have died?
My guy
He
should have
sh-
died. Would have been
he should have died.
great for Rock Lee. Would have been great for Kakashi.
It would have been great for my guy's character just in general.
That would have been an amazing character conclusion.
Yeah.
Being somebody who like whose dad like was kind of like picked on, but he ended up like saving, or I wouldn't say saving, but he ended up killing like 3 or 4 of the seven swordsmen
Hmm.
and then he like ends up following in his footsteps, becoming this amazing taijutsu user, and ends up training somebody who's just like him. And like we finally get to see the eight gates. The eight gates would have been the best conclusion to Guy, but like
Hmm.
instead, bro, like they like Naruto like hit him with like the res, and then like and now he's in a wheelchair for the rest of his life or something. And it's
Yeah,
just
and
like
then
it's just like
also, what was it? Neji's. I thought Neji's death could have been better. Like I thought it was just kind of like the way Neji went out. I was just like, really? That's how he went out. I forgot how
there's
he
a lot
even
of
went out.
symbolism behind it.
How do you even go out? Like, let me.
So he was running out of chakra, and either Naruto or Hinata was about to get hit with like the big splinter stuff, like the big like wood like splinters. I don't really know how to describe it. Besides, it's like a big wood spear. Like Obito was throwing them everywhere, or like the Ten Tails was, and Neji was running out of chakra and he couldn't rotate, so he like just ended up jumping in front of it and he got impaled.
Mm.
But yeah, I so from what I know,
Oh,
there's a lot
oh,
of
because
symbolism behind it.
he died by the ten tails. Also, the ten tails was stupid. What do you
Eh,
think? What do you think about the ten tails? Like reviving the ten tails, all that shit.
I don't think it was a bad idea.
Oh, okay, okay. When all the Jinchuriki came together, well, or when all the tail beasts came together to fight the ten tails, that was really cool.
Yeah.
So I do give it that.
Other
Like
than that, I mean, it was okay. It was not something I was
it's
looking
just
forward to, but it's not something I wouldn't like purposely skip, I guess.
mhm. So yeah, no, yeah, I think this is pretty good.
Pretty solid.
Yeah, two arcs of part one and two arcs of part two up at top. So that yeah, that's the thing. Everyone just says like part one's better. I think it,
Well,
it just
if you
it
look at it,
depends.
if you look at it really how we did it, you're kind of right, I guess, in a sense.
I mean, yeah, like every arc of part one is
It's either
higher
good
than
or either
most arcs of
good.
Shippuden.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, if you made that case, I guess I can't disagree with you here. The way we did this,
Mhm.
damn.
But yeah, I think Naruto should have like a Dragon Ball Z Kai treatment where they redo it, but with better animation. They basically remake it, right? Better animation, make the pacing better, make like the just get rid of all the filler. And people buy that, eat that shit up. You just like make the animation so much better. Give it like Jujutsu Kaisen level of animation.
Oh,
Give it like Demon Slayer
oh,
level of animation, bro.
oh.
Right? Make the pacing so much better to where like nobody gets bored like during the story, like everyone like it's just going fast. Like we're not looking at like stare downs and fucking crickets chirping and like the freaking sounds like you know what I'm talking about? Like
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
fucking like the music and stuff. And
yeah,
they're just like
yeah.
staring at each other for like 5 minutes. I'm like, please, can somebody do something? But
Uh,
yeah, man,
um,
I'm glad we did this, man.
Yeah, no cap.
Yo,
Oh,
what other show should we do this on? Because I've seen a lot, but I don't think you've seen a lot.
I've
You
seen
you
a
haven't
decent
seen
amount.
like have
Not
you
any super
seen
big ones.
right, right. So you haven't seen like One Piece, right?
No, no,
Yeah. I'm going through
no.
One Piece right now. It's so good.
I know there's a lot of One Piece arcs.
Yeah. It's so good. Oh, I recommend the manga though.
All right, well, that's gonna conclude the first episode of our podcast. Um, thank y'all for tuning in.
Mhm.
I hope y'all have a good one. I'll catch y'all later.
Alright, take